hear it. I don't know of any way you can take a statute and trump the rule of this body or of the House of Representatives unless you do one of two things. Either amend the Constitution or amend the rules. But don't stand here and make the people of South Carolina think that we can change Rule 16 through a House bill. The only way you could change these Senate rules is what you, every single member of the Senate, voted when you voted for those rules. Every single one of you agreed that after a threshold, you could only amend it by a 2/3 vote of this body. And those rules of procedure hold. You want to change them? Put it in. But I'm going to tell you, I consider this bill nothing more, and I'm not accusing you of it, Senator. It has to do with gubernatorial politics. The author of that bill should know better if the author doesn't, and anybody over in the House of Representatives who voted for it. But it is nothing more than a misleading political maneuver on the people of South Carolina to get some headlines rather than headway in the elections coming up. And for us to waste the time, you know what people back in my district want? They want the right to vote on a raffle. 85%. I don't get it about this. We already got roll call voting. We already got mandatory roll call voting. We already got transparency. The bill you want doesn't go as far in some places as our rules do. And it goes too far in other places, like requiring a roll call vote on extending deer season in Clarendon County by one day. It's ridiculous. The rule was thought out. This is nothing more than a political grandstand misleading the people of South Carolina. Vote for our rule change. Senator from Pickens and I tried to get some of y'all to go along with more recorded voting. I'm not going to call any names. Some of you didn't want to go there. But now here, at the end, we're in a charade on a statute that is clearly unconstitutional. For me to vote for it is unconstitutional. It is a violation of my oath of office. And I can tell you, Senator from Clarendon, this is one of those few issues where to protect this institution and to protect the people's Constitution, some of us are going to stand here as long as this Senate will let us and defend this Constitution against a fad that's being,
Senator from Richmond,
a political fad being proposed to the people of South Carolina.
Senator, you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Senator, did you know that I think the bill itself conceptually is meritorious to an extent, but I think also, let's go back to what I think Senator Pickens was talking about. Would you confirm that one of your subcommittees and Judiciary Committee is having a hearing on the House bill, I think, within the next couple of weeks? Am I correct on that, Senator?
Yes, sir. He's having it, but really,
Senator, and if you have
rule changes should be in the Rules Committee.
I'm not arguing that point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not arguing to put the merits of the bill on the floor. I am arguing the procedural component. If he's having a meeting in 2 weeks to discuss the bill, and the bill is not passed out of a subcommittee, full committee to the floor, if you're going to poll out, don't you think that would be the proper way to do it as far as going through the normal procedure?
Senator, I do. And the other point I make to you is, you know, when it's so clear, it's not even arguable that it's constitutional. We got so many weeks left. We haven't passed the budget.
But, Senator, did you know that some of us, not like you and Justice Martin, are not attorneys? And so the constitutional component, we really have to try to understand and get the legal advice from Justice Martin and you.
Well, I'm going to have to pull a Gold Order book out and give you a memory refresher. And but I would close by imploring the Senate not to do this, not to bog this Senate down, and to move forward. And it has nothing to do, if you want more roll call voting than what we mandated, amend the rules. I'll vote with you for more. And I think it's a waste of time to sit here and vote on an extra snow day up in York County or something. We'll never or have roll call votes on every motion. I mean, are we going to lunch at 12? Are we not? I mean, at some point, common sense and practicality. It only takes 3 senators on any substantive matter before the Senate to trigger a roll call vote under the rule that you passed. It takes 5 senators on any procedural motion. That's all. You passed it. And then you mandated a whole litany of roll call votes. We already got mandatory roll call voting in this Senate. And if you want more, support the Senate resolution that the Senator from Pickens and I put in, which will require a recorded vote in that journal on every vote, and we would be welcome to have you as a co-sponsor. I close by imploring you, uphold the Constitution, uphold the Senate process on rules. The evidence is overwhelming as to why you should vote to table this motion, and whoever moved it, unless somebody else could be heard.
Senator from Lexington.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to be very brief and straight to the point. I think it's a sad day in South Carolina when somebody would run for office and try to destroy either body or either branch of government in order to get elected. All this bill does, it's unconstitutional, just like it said. Everybody that I've talked to, and the lawyers or private lawyers and staff attorneys and everybody else have told me that it's unconstitutional. I swore to uphold the Constitution of this state and of the United States whenever I took office. That was my oath of office, and I'm not going to violate my oath of office. And I don't think any of you want to violate your oath of office, especially when if you'll do a little tiny bit of research, you'll find these legal minds, these great constitutional legal minds out here that will tell you that it is unconstitutional. Now, I also find it very, very questionable when the author of this bill in the House was not in the House chamber when her bill was taken up, and she did not vote on it. And she entered, like every rule says, that you have a right to enter something into the journal. You can enter why you voted for something, why you voted against something, or why you didn't vote. There were 4 other roll call votes that day besides the attendance record. This bill was taken up that day right after the attendance record. How could you be temporarily out the chamber in Greenville, South Carolina? That's a stretch of the imagination of temporarily out the chamber. If you're temporarily out the chamber, you're in a meeting in the building, or you've went to the restroom, or you're outside talking with someone in the lobby, and you missed a vote. The rules protected her from missing that vote. It allows her to put a statement in the journal. She, after the vote, somehow or another, I don't know whether a phone call in or email in or what, but sometime a statement was asked to be put in the journal that said, I was temporarily, at the time of this vote, I was temporarily out the chamber. Had I been in the chamber and voted, I would have voted for this bill. Now think about the politics of that. She can't be, the author of the bill cannot be accused of voting for